Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So have you seen this? Ornstein, David Ornstein with the dagger right through my heart. Zidane Iqbal is leaving Manchester United and heading to FC Utrecht in Holland, Eredivisie, which, to be fair, is a fantastic division to go play men's football, go play regularly and develop your game. But there is so much about this deal that we have to discuss, and we will discuss in this video. Lots going on surrounding Manchester United at the minute. Obviously, we're waiting to find out what's going on with the ownership situation. There's loads of different transfer rumours at the moment, but this is something that's confirmed, so we're going to discuss this. Or I say confirmed, it's coming from David Ornstein, so you know it's pretty much confirmed. So we'll be getting stuck into this, but before we do that, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, sharing, all that jazz. Get your thoughts in the comments below. Now, Zidane Iqbal, if you didn't know, was the first British Asian to ever play for Manchester United, which is a huge achievement. He was representing so many of us, and whether you were Pakistani, Iraqi like him, whether you were a British Asian like me, or whether you were from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever, it was so good to see someone that looked like us playing and representing Manchester United. But unfortunately, that is going to come to an end. But Zidane Iqbal still got a huge opportunity to go out there, play his football on a regular basis, and of course develop his game and that potential that he has. Now, the report that's come out from David Ornstein is an exclusive. It says Manchester United have accepted an offer from FC Utrecht to sign Zidane Iqbal on a permanent transfer. The deal for the 20-year-old Iraq midfielder worth up to €1 million plus significant sell-on clause for Manchester United. The medical's done and he's set to join on a 4-year contract. The medical's done, 4-year contract set to be signed, and we've seen €1 million plus a significant sell-on clause. Now that means if Utrecht sell him on, maybe we get 50% of the transfer fee or something, a percentage. But €1 million up front. I've got to say, United's way of doing business is pretty poor. You know, all right, Zidane Iqbal hasn't played much first-team football for us, but he has shown he's a very talented lad. He can keep hold of the ball. He can pass, move, all those kind of things in the centre of midfield. And he's also someone that's got a bright future in the game, whether that's at Manchester United or not. He's already taken the commitment to go and play for Iraq, which I think shows his ambition to not sit around, not wait for opportunities to come. Because many people like him, maybe even if I was in his situation, I'd think, you know what, I could possibly represent England as well. England would be a huge opportunity for me. I could do this, I could do that. Let's not commit yet. He wants to play first team international football, and he wants to represent, obviously, his parents' country and all those kind of things. But he went and took the opportunity, and he went to play regularly. And he's done that this time around. It looks like going to Utrecht to play regular football that he wasn't getting at Manchester United. I can understand United letting him go. I'd have thought it'd have been on loan. I can't believe the fee. €1 million. That's a loan fee. Should be getting at least 10 million or something for your younger players. All right, maybe you price him out of a move. So maybe they've, done a deal which will give Zidane Iqbal the move that he wants to be able to go and play first team football. But €1 million? What are we doing here? The way we're selling players. Who was it last season? Deshaun Bernard. I think West Ham came in for him. And we rejected a permanent transfer. Let him go on a free this summer. Jesse Lingard. We were offered various transfers for him. Let him go on a free later. Zidane Iqbal, we could have sent him out on loan. We could have let him go to the under-20s World Cup. We've kept him in the first team. All right, he's not been given opportunity. He could have been allowed to develop while still at Manchester United. Maybe sent out on a loan move to Utrecht. I don't know. But it does feel like a bit of a weird move. Obviously, the deal in terms of finances isn't great. But it is a big opportunity for Zidane Iqbal. They finished 7th in the Eredivisie last year. They were involved in the European playoffs. Unfortunately, didn't win those playoffs, so they won't be in European football next season. But Zidane will be able to go over there, play regular football, play week in, week out, men's football, and get to showcase his talent. It looks like I'll be going over there. It's half an hour away from Amsterdam. So perfect place to go for a little weekend break and to go see some football and to go see Zidane Iqbal play his stuff. But yeah, I'm disappointed we won't get to see him in a Manchester United shirt again because yeah, man, he was absolutely repping. And he was a good footballer as well. And you're always disappointed when one of your academy talents does leave, and especially in a deal that I don't think Man United really benefit out of. I think the player benefits. I think he goes and gets his first team football that he wasn't getting at United. I don't think the club really benefit from it. Like the fee, nominal. It's not going to do anything for us. You could have sent him out on loan. You could have sent him out with a buyback. It just feels like a real odd deal and such a cheap deal as well. Is this what we're doing? We're never going to raise those funds. We can't seem to sell players. We've still got players that we need to move on, the likes of Maguire, McTominay. Fred's been put up for sale today as well. There were reports regarding Fred being put up for sale for £20 million. I think, considering we spent £50 million on Fred, £20 million on Fred is obviously a loss. But it's a decent chunk of change. We saw at the back end of the season, United played Fulham at Old Trafford in the last game of the season. And we saw Fred in a prolonged conversation with Marco Silva. Maybe that was to do with potentially joining Fulham. Obviously, you got the likes of Andreas Pereira there. I think, is it Carlos Vinicius plays there? You've got a few Brazilian lads over there. Portuguese-speaking players. You got abundance of them over there as well. So it could be a good place for Fred to go, continue playing in the Premier League. And for Manchester United to get a substantial fee, £20 million. There's talk about Dean Henderson possibly going for around a similar amount of money. United trying to get 25, £30 million for him. If you can get around that for Harry Maguire, if you can get around that for Scott McTominay, you start to bring in money. There's talk that we've got about 100 million to spend with what have I just done there? About 100 million in returns, 20 million for Fred, 20 million for Dean Henderson, 25 for McTominay, 30 for Maguire, 95 million. If United could raise that, be happy days. We're not going to raise that selling players for £850,000 to Utrecht. That we could. Ilanga being linked with a move for 10 million. These players leave. Liverpool were getting what? 20, 30 millions for some of their players that weren't even. Chelsea get crazy. I know, forget the ones they're selling to Saudi that they're basically buying off themselves, but Chelsea get crazy. Like, I'm obviously disappointed Zidane Iqbal's leaving United. Obviously. Although, I know that he's excited to go there. I know he's excited to play regularly. And I'm excited for him to go and, play out there. But I'm disappointed from that aspect. We're not going to get to see him play for United. But if you're selling such a talented player, please get more than £850,000. What is going on there at United? Such a shambles in terms of selling players. And in terms of buying players and getting good deals for ourselves. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you keep it locked to the channel. Zidane Iqbal leaving Manchester United. He will always be the first British Asian player to have played for Manchester United, though. He will have always made that history. And he would have planted the seed and gave so many people hope that they too one day could go and play for Manchester United. So absolutely incredible achievement already in his career. And hopefully goes on and tears it up in the Eredivisie. And who knows, maybe comes back one day. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And we'll see you in a bit.